Okay, so Japan's trade negotiator is supposed to be meeting right now, we think, perhaps, with President Trump. We haven't had an update on this today. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent at the meeting as well, as they look to make some sort of a deal. The White House claims there are dozens of deals on the table after the president paused his so-called reciprocal tariffs against most countries for 90 days. Greg Ip is the Wall Street Journal's chief economics commentator. He's here in studio with us in New York. Stock market, by the way, taking a hit. You see it in the screen. We're going to talk about this in a moment. The Fed chairman made some comments. But this idea, good to see you, Greg, about making a deal country by country, starting with Japan. Tough to do. What do you make of it?
It makes a lot of sense. And if you're going to go this route, it also makes sense to start with Japan. The reason being, very large trade deficit with Japan. And Japan has always wanted to, play the nice guy with the United States. Even in Trump 1.0, they never retaliated. They never retaliate. They don't retaliate because they have too much to lose. They depend on the U.S. defense umbrella. So if anybody can do a deal with the United States, it's Japan. To me, Connell, the big question is, what are we asking from them? If we're simply asking them to accept higher tariffs for a while, they can probably live with that. But if we say, oh, and you have to get your currency up, and you have to promise to cut your deficit to zero, no country can really deliver that. So that's really what it's going to come down to. Are the things that the United States asks from Japan realistic?
So on the tablet, it's the tariff. So this is 10% is the universal rate that everybody gets, at least for 90 days. But cars and then the pause, this was the one, again, these were the numbers that were controversial for each country. For Japan, it was 24. But you're saying it's going to have to be about more than just these numbers.
Well, right. And by the way, it's a good thing you brought up the cars. Cars are roughly a third of Japan's exports to the United States.
Yeah.
And that is obviously something that the president wants to end. And I don't know how Japan agrees to that because they depend so heavily on the U.S. market for those. Now, we've already seen some of the Japanese manufacturers like Nissan saying they'll build more in the United States. That's music to the president's ears. Again, I go back to my original point. If the ask is no more exports of cars ever, very hard for Japan to deliver. If the ask is build more of them here, yeah, we can talk.
While this is happening, the Fed chairman was speaking for a good part of the afternoon, actually. If we could show, it's in the bottom left of the screen anyway, we can show the stock market live now and see the declines. They're already down. There's issues in tech today, export controls, NVIDIA and other chip makers. But the Fed chairman's comments, Jay Powell, seem to put the market down even more. Look at the NASDAQ middle of the screen, down by 4%. So my read, I didn't see everything he said, but I was watching headlines. It seemed like listen, inflation's still an issue, and I'm in a pretty tough spot here as the chairman of the Federal Reserve.
It is. I mean, tariffs are a classic supply shock. It's like a rise in the price of oil. We know it saps demand. You would normally lower interest rates in response to that, but we know it raises prices, and you normally raise interest rates for that.
Right.
So which are you to do? If you listen carefully to what the chairman said, he didn't show his hand on what his inclination is, but he did say, if you can't have low, stable inflation, then you got nothing. And to me, that was the tell. If he had to choose, he's going to prioritize inflation. That's not a supermarket-friendly message.
So the Federal Reserve has this dual mandate of looking at employment and also prices, right? And just for context, for people who don't know, Greg, earlier in his career, was like the Federal Reserve reporter for the Wall Street Journal. So he used to break the stories, inside scoop for the Fed. So you kind of know how Federal Reserve chairmen think, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think is his process here as he's dealing with Trump and the tariffs? Because everything's uncertain. So what's the thought process for him?
I think Powell serenely steps back and says, I'm not the trade guy. There's nothing I can do about tariffs. I got my mandate, low inflation, full employment. How do I do that? Coming into January, February, they thought inflation was on this bumpy road path to their target of 2%.
Right.
And honestly, Connell, what's interesting is the last few reports show that story is intact. His big question mark is, do the tariffs derail that path? And you can tell a story by which they're actually just another bump in the road. You get a one-off jump in inflation, and then by next year, it disappears from the numbers, and you're okay.
Right.
But you can also tell a negative story where the presence of higher prices on all those goods starts to revive the inflationary psychology. Companies start to raise prices in response. Workers ask for and get higher wages in response. That's a world of hurt that the Fed does not want to be in.
So how did they handle it? Because in the past, when we have a quote-unquote crisis, the last, the big ones we've been through, whether it's after 9/11 or the 2008 financial crisis, the government, it's usually the Federal Reserve, comes in and comes to the rescue. And it seems less likely that that's an option in the short term this time, right?
It's hard for the government to come to the rescue when the government itself is the cause of the crisis, right? I mean, ultimately, for tariff peace, for tariff certainty, that is something that the president and the countries with which he's negotiate, that's their mission.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.